Okay, I'm just going to quickly go over this way to remember the pharyngeal arches, because the other video is pretty shaky. Anyway, one of the most important things that you're going to want to remember is make some important stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. 4 and 6 is shared, so you want to just say stuff, shared, 4 and 6. So the first arch, we start out, how do we know it's V3? Well, V3 is mandibular, so M, make, mandibular. Go ahead and remember mastication goes with this mandibular nerve, and from the neural crest cells, it makes the maxilla, mandible, incus, and malleus. The incus, just remember that malleus means hammer, incus means anvil, just etymologically speaking. So next up, we got the number 2, the second arch. So number 2, sum. So we know it's going to start with 7, or sorry, S. It goes with 7. So the 7th cranial nerve, and this brings along the facial expression and the nerve to stapedius. Remember, if you remember back to neuroanatomy, this throws off the facial nerve, throws off a little nerve to stapedius. So if you have ringing in your ear, that's coming from a weakness in that muscle. Also, stapes and styloid go along with that. So 7, smiling is another S you can throw in there. Stapedius, you look stupid when you smile. I don't know, maybe they're just throwing some stuff out there. Stapes and stapedius. So the neural crest is stapes and styloid. Number 3, 3 is important. So go ahead and remember the I. The Roman numeral 9 starts with I. So that's going to be your glossopharyngeal nerve. And ICA, that's very important. If you don't have your ICA, you're dead, or both of them, you're dead. Stylopharyngeus goes with glossopharyngeus. One of the things that you also want to remember is that anything with the word pharyngeus that is inside of your pharynx, that's going to be innervated by 10, except for the stylopharyngeus. So this is kind of an outlier. Then we're going to go ahead and about number 4. Well, 4 and 6 go together, so they both get the vagus nerve. So 4 plus 6 is 10. So that's another way you can remember it. But 4, you're going to want to remember that 4 is always better, or it thinks it's better than the number 6. It comes earlier, so it's superior. So this also gets the superior laryngeal, while this one gets the recurrent. So some more things in terms of number 4 being superior. What's the coolest artery in the body? It's the aorta. So aortic artery, and thrown off of that is the right subclavian. So it's the first artery, it's the superior one, aorta. While the number 6, you get the pulmonary artery, which is kind of lame compared to the aorta. Ductus arteriosus as well. It's not always open on most people, so it's kind of by the time you see it, in most adults, it's just a atrophied structure. It's just lame, while subclavian is very important. Then another thing is the cricothyroid and the thyroid cartilage. There's not really a great way to remember this, but I guess they're kind of important when you're doing cricothyroidotomies, or you are doing some kind of thyroid surgery. I don't know. They're important landmarks. So cricothyroid and thyroid cartilage are important. While number 6 gets only the larynx without the cricothyroid, so sans crico, and it gets the other cartilage. Now moving on, we're going to do the horns. So you have the upper body and the lesser horn, and you have the greater horn in the lower body, and you remember this by 2 and 3. So I'm going to go ahead and write this up here. So 2 and 3. Now I should write it like this: 2 and 3. So 2 is going to have the upper body. If you separate this out, you make this little guy right here. Looks like a breast. So you have upper body right here, and then you have this part of it and the lesser horn. So this looks like a horn. 2 goes to upper body and lesser horn, while 3, how are you going to remember 3, is you rotate it down. So you go like this. These 2 right here look like horns, so greater horns, and this looks like a butt, so lower body. And that's pretty much that whole mnemonic summed up for you guys. One more thing I forgot to mention is the pouches. So one, it's going to, along with our M, it's going to have the middle ear, and then the I is going to be, so number 3, the third pouch, is going to be your inferior parathyroid, and then number 4 is going to be superior. Okay, so hopefully that helps. Yeah.